And I remember, so Seacrest was there, Jennifer Love Hewitt was there, Days of Our Lives cast was there.
This is like a reality show. It's like a joke.
There was a lot of hot girls there.
I bet. Subscribe to the podcast, KFC Radio on YouTube.
Bang.
Mario Lopez is here.
Oh, wait. This is perfect. How do you say your name?
You know what? I never correct anyone on the East Coast because of the accent. So you could say,
See, though, he knows.
Mario. I'm not that guy. Like you gotta call me. I'm not that guy.
Okay. I'm the same way because I have a stupid last name and no one ever says it right, so I don't care.
So I'm Mario on the East Coast. I'll be Mario on the West Coast. You go to my neighborhood, I'm Mario. So it's a lot of different.
So, okay, all right. So that's the
I never correct
thing.
anyone.
That is the thing. So a lot of it stems from Super Mario, right? And they're always like, what does he say in the game when Nintendo 64 opens up? He goes, "It's a me, Mario." And I'm like, okay, well, do you run around saying "It's a me"? Do you two speak with an Italian accent? No,
but that's how my dad says my name, Mario.
I'm sure, yeah.
That's funny.
Well, I
Call me what you want.
It is,
dude.
It's an endless fight. We probably have to. I say Mario. I'm from Massachusetts, but I say Mario.
wow.
It's just like New York.
It's really not just East Coast. It's like there's like
It's geographical because my friends from Boston too, they say Mario.
Yeah.
Dude, they say Mario.
Yeah.
So it's like a geographical, you know what I mean? I'm
I
not
feel
gonna
like
break
there's
anyone's balls around.
pockets, just like pockets
Right.
of Jersey and New York that say Mario, but then a lot of people say Mario. So my son started playing Mario Kart, and he's playing and he's saying Mario, and I was like, in this house, we say Mario. So I started, every time he said Mario, I started tickling him. I'm like, what's his name? And he's like, Mario. I was like, good.
That's funny.
But yeah, I mean, every time I say it, I get crushed. Like people just, like I'll do like, because I love video games and shit from back in the day.
Yeah.
So I'll like do a segment or something about him, the game, whatever. And I really want to talk about like the game or whatever it is. And all we talk about is pronunciation. I'm like, fuck,
That's funny.
I should just start saying Mario and deal with it.
I've never
you know?
changed, I've never.
But you say
corrected
Mario.
someone. I mean, I say Mario, but like
whatever.
I guess how I pronounce Mario.
That's my name. Yeah. Well, it's Mario for the rest of this fucking interview. All right.
Fair enough.
So, like Access Hollywood, right?
Yeah.
Does it even need to be promoted? It's like you're just like the news. You're just like this. You know what I mean? It's a funny thing to be like.
You know,
everybody knows it. Everybody's tuning into it. It's like it's funny that it's even.
Well, we've got two shows, right? So during the day we have Access Daily, which is more.
Oh,
kind of
right,
like
okay.
The Regis and Kelly kind
Yeah,
of deal,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
And at night we have the Access Hollywood, which I always say is sort of like Sports Center, but for entertainment.
Yeah,
right.
You know, you
for
got
sure.
the recaps and people
Absolutely.
want to see and all that. You know, the new
Yeah, man.
pieces and all that. So it's fun, man, because I love. Entertainment. I love movies. I love music.
For
I
sure.
love TV. So even though I've been in it for a long time now, I still get excited meeting these people, and I try to watch a lot of shows. And obviously, there's more content than ever, so it's tough to keep up. But I do like it. So being here in New York is the best because we've been shooting at the Plaza, right where they do the Today Show. So to have the people around there and have the energy and stuff, it's great.
Yeah,
we're
that's cool.
trying to work on something like that. Out at Universal
Out west,
Studios to
yeah.
kind of have like that West Coast Today Show
Right.
feel, have the people up there. So yeah, it's a lot
It's
of fun.
funny. The entertainment world is like. When I do 1 Minute Man, if I do a sports,
You killed that,
take-
by the way. I told
Thank
you.
you,
I
thank
watched
you.
it,
Yeah,
yeah.
Work that in on camera. Thank you, bro. But like, if I do a sports take, it'll do a fraction of the views and the traction. But you do a take on reality TV or some of these celebrities or whatever, and and it's like I mean. It's a guilty pleasure for a lot of people
Sure,
too. You know, a lot
sure.
of people aren't admitting it, but there's a reason why Access Hollywood is Access Hollywood, and there's a reason why these videos do well. It's like it applies to everybody. You know,
it's pop culture.
Yeah,
I mean, how can
right.
you not talk about the Johnny Depp Amber Heard trial? You know what I mean? She's dropping
Shit is
bombs in bed and
crazy.
stuff. That's going to be stuff. That's fascinating stuff.
Absolutely, it is funny that it's like obviously it is kind of it's other people's business and it's gossipy.
Well,
but
they
it's
put
like,
it out there though.
but
It's not like it's news.
That's what's
and
crazy
the
about
irony
them.
is that he was suing her for defamation of character because a lot of private details came out and he didn't want bad press. The irony is like now this has got brought it more better. You know what I mean? That was the initial suit.
What do they call that? Is it Susan Sarandon effect or the Barbara Streisand effect?
What's that?
Where it's like Barbara Streisand, there was something. Pabs, can you look it up so I don't misquote it? But it was something along the lines of like Barbara Streisand didn't want something out. So she sued to keep it in,
And that became bigger than ever.
because
Ironically, she brought it out.
It becomes
and
like a
brought more
massive.
Well, that's like,
something no one really cared about. Everyone had forgotten about, and then
Right.
she like sued and was like, "It's." I believe it's a Streisand effect. I'm not sure.
I feel like I've heard that
I think
phrase
I've heard
before.
that too,
Yeah.
and that's
Is that what it is?
exactly.
It's a phenomenon that occurs when an attempt to hide, remove, or censor information that is an unintended consequence of increasing awareness or
That's-
information.
Yeah,
That's
it's
you
the same
nailed
when
it
you-
because
when
that's
you,
exactly what happened here.
When you delete a tweet, when you try to, it's like by deleting it, now there's
Right, you brought more
screenshots and
attention.
everybody's going to,
Exactly.
the best way to do it is just, go through the fire. If it's
Right.
out there, like just deal with it. But what I can't believe about those two is like the mutually assured destruction here. They're both just launching nukes. It's like
Yeah.
they both could have just said, let's just break up
Right.
and stop talking.
Right.
And instead, both of their careers
I
are going to
respect
be
it
harmed.
because
you know?
I'm the
Well,
ladder,
I-
and then you kind of just stew in it for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
Whereas like
They're-
you know
they're
what?
getting it out.
Let's just blow this up.
Blow it up, they
we'll get
did.
Margot Robbie in to do Pirates of the Caribbean, and then, Amber Heard
figure it out.
I'll sacrifice my time on Aquaman 2. I think it was. Like,
Yeah.
Let's blow it up. Let's have a public fight.
It's
mean-
the number one unintended reality show, I think.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
and you know what is sad about that is there are some like serious and scary and bad things going on
Sure.
both sides, but it does kind of become like a, oh my God, did you hear what happened in court
Right,
today? And
yeah.
people are joking about it. It's like on both sides. I saw what's Kanye's girl's name? Julia Fox said
Right.
that Amber Heard was not abusive because she never had any power, because she's not like physically strong enough to have power. I was like, this day and age, brother, this is all you need to have power. You could be 5 foot nothing, 100 pounds.
Right.
You got more power than anybody with this thing.
She's funny.
That's a crazy thought.
Julia
Julie Fox. Yeah,
she's funny.
she's a wild one too, because I feel like she just got thrust into the spotlight all of
Yeah.
a sudden. It's like, oh, I'm famous now.
Yeah, she does. And
You see what she went shopping on the other day?
right.
No, what was
Dude,
Oh, she
it
was like
was-
in a bikini with like a denim shirt of some
It
sort.
was. It was
funny.
underwear, which is a
Right.
bikini, but it
Yeah,
was
yeah,
technically
yeah.
underwear.
Oh, was it technically underwear?
Yeah,
I thought she was
and
rocking a
that's
bikini.
the headline I saw, and then it was just like a denim, almost like a duster, like from Always Sunny.
I feel like I'm slacking on my news. I should have known that. I mean, that's like she did like crazy makeup for one of these events, and someone was like, "Who did your makeup?" And she was like, "Me, I did it." And they were like, "Yeah, we know.
Yeah.
we can tell." There's a I'm sure you know this. Like, there's a good or a right way to be famous. You know what I mean? Like, there's people are good at it and people are bad at it. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, like you look at the Kardashians, it's like they have perfected being famous, and then there are some people who don't know what the fuck they're doing.
Exactly.
Right?
I think that's one of the probably a beautiful thing about America, and at the same time, you don't necessarily need any sort of a talent or substance or anything to sort of contribute, other than if you can create some sort of brand or energy that really
Sure.
resonates with people, you're able to capitalize on it. So I guess that's an awesome thing.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
it's like you say that they don't have talent. That's what everybody always says, right? But it's like
But I wasn't specifically talking
no,
about
but I mean, in general, people say that
Sure,
like they
sure.
don't even have talent, and it's like, well, at the end of the day, what entertains people and what people want
Right.
is
If
the
we're-
market.
right,
The people set
exactly.
the market.
Sure.
You know what I mean? So
Exactly.
you used to have to be able to sing really well or act really well or play sports or whatever, and now there's this new thing where it's like being me is what you want to see.
You know what? I'm very jealous of this generation because you can literally learn anything you want without having to go to school. You can go to YouTube, literally, and learn anything you want. You can create your own sort of platform and generate a revenue stream for yourself at a really young age. Like these kids who are making millions of dollars for opening toys. Dude, what the hell?
It is
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm
nuts.
saying? So
The
it's
toys.
like this is the best time to be a young person.
For sure.
And to take control of your life and to really try to not have any excuses and to make money.
Although,
Right.
isn't there part of it, and obviously, look, if I could go back to childhood and get millions of dollars to open presents, I'd love
Sure.
that. But there's a little part of it where it's like, oh, we just ripped your childhood away right away.
Turned you into an adult.
Like, you're
at the age of
6
9.
years old. Guess what? Now
Yeah.
you're an adult. Now you're the breadwinner in the house.
Yep.
Now
You're gonna
now
get
we-
emancipated
and
because you're gonna fight with your parents. you know?
What we always say too is like that, like, everything becomes a job eventually, no matter how much you love it, becomes a job. You think sometimes like 6-year-olds are getting up like
I don't want open presents.
Having a morning coffee, like God damn.
This fucking
Another day at the shit taking factory.
Back to the factory, I guess.
I think when that 6-year-old goes out and plays with their new motorized car in the yard, they're gonna be all right.
They're 9. They pour a little whiskey in it. Like,
Right, exactly.
Just a slog.
My kid was he's 4 and he's like, at least it seems to me, really good at Nintendo Switch, and I lost it so quick. Like I became an old man so quick where I'm like I can't even figure out the buttons, and he's like ripping through it, and I'm like, let's go, keep playing, man. We're gonna get you on Twitch soon.
That's a whole other thing. You can be a professional gamer. Whoever would have thought? I'm telling you, like this generation, this era is pretty incredible.
It's like, you want to go outside and have a catch, Dad? No, we're playing video games in the dark. Let's make that money, son.
Putting in work.
Yeah, man. So do you think that you'll ever age? Do you think that will happen? Do you think that you're immortal? Have you found the youth? Like, what the fuck is going on, dude? How do you look younger now?
I drink a lot of tequila.
Yeah.
I think it does have embalming fluid sort of
for real.
magic in it. I don't know, man. I guess kind of lucky and stuff. My parents look pretty good for their age, I guess. And
earlier today we were talking to each other and we were kind of like trying to gas each other up. We were talking about how we're both having like a bad week and we're like dude, but like you're like you got a good face, and then like we're really bad at gassing each other up. It's like you got a good face. I was like I got a stupid fat face. He's like, no man, your face is nice. And then you walked in and we're both like we just lied to each other a lot.
Yeah. This is what it really is supposed to look like, man.
Y'all are doing all right.
Oh man, it's I'm sure you take care of yourself, right? But
I mean, you know what?
Just fuck you at the end of the day.
That is a fun thing too. Always asking people like, "How do you look so good?" It's like I do the opposite of what you do every day.
I eat healthy. I work out.
Did you have 3 cookies for lunch? Yeah, I didn't.
I mean, outside, I do like to train. I like to do jiu-jitsu and I like to box and exercise and stuff. But I'm not like counting any calories or anything. I like to drink and I like to have some cigars and stuff.
How about this? How about marry, fuck, kill your hair, your face, your body? you got to either be bald.
I like this.
You got to either be bald, like an ugly face,
You gotta
or
like one
fat.
of us.
Yeah.
Well, I'm married now, so this is different if I was single.
Yeah,
But
for
married
sure,
now,
for sure.
I'm good with all 3. Single? You're asking me single?
I feel like hair plays in a big way once you start to get older. If you still have a head of hair, you're ahead of the
However,
game.
I feel like some dudes actually look better like with the hair shaved, right? I feel like if you have a good tan, nice teeth, and you can work out, you can pull off without
The
like
bald
look at the
look
Rock,
kinda, yeah, you
right?
shave your
You can
head.
be like a little mini Rock, right?
Yeah.
You can be bald, like it looks good.
But flip side, I feel like you could have you're in shape and a head of hair, your face is, as long as you're not like mangled teeth, you're good at that too. I think girls just want to be able to like run their hands through your hair and you're not overweight. Good to go.
I had someone tell me like way back in the day at Barstool, we were like I was probably like 23 or 24, and we were on I might even younger. We had this thing called the Blackout Tour where we'd go to colleges and we'd like have these big techno parties.
Yeah.
And I had a girl come up to me and she did the hand through the hair thing and she's like, I'll tell you, like, you don't usually see a guy your age with a full head of hair. And it was the most insulting. I was 22.
She thought you were
just the rest of me screamed like 35.
Oh wow!
And I was like,
That's
I
a
just
tough
went with
one.
it. I was like, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like
Thank
literally
you.
chance on. We were at Iowa State or something like that. Like a state. I was like, there's a chance you're a super senior and I'm younger than you.
That's great.
That hurts though. It's like literally everyone my age has hair, babe.
Right.
Oh man,
No,
that's
I'm
crazy.
lucky. I'm lucky. I still got the hair though, but I'm not gonna lie. There might be some just for men up in there.
Yeah.
You know what? You got that like a little salt and pepper though. It
That's
works.
because I got just for men, keeping it real, or else I'd be looking like Anderson Cooper.
That ain't bad though, man.
I don't know though, man. I'm not ready for that. 'Cause
No?
once you go, you can't go back.
Yeah, but see, I mean,
You guys are like
When
younger,
I-
so you know how to deal with. But I'm like real. I'm like pulling it out there, huh? Just a little bit. It's just starting to come in.
Kev gets it in his beard. Kev gets it in
I
his
get
beard.
grays here. I feel like as long as I have the hair, it could be salt and pepper. It could be full silver fox.
Yeah.
I think it actually looks kind of cool. It's just about having it.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know what
yeah,
I mean? It
yeah.
could be purple, green, whatever.
Right,
as
no,
long
yeah.
as it's there,
We're lucky.
brother. Yeah, man.
I agree.
Let's keep those genes going then, right? So what other, if you're doing daily and Hollywood every night, is that just that's it? It's just like
so I'm doing
that's the
Access
work?
Daily and Access Hollywood every day, and then prior to that, I have a nationally syndicated radio show I do as
Right.
well called On with Mario on iHeart, and we're over in 100 markets and stuff, and it's essentially the same kind of show. We're talking about pop culture and what have you. That one, though, I would say it's probably the one I get to be the most me, because it's an intimate format like this.
Yeah.
We're talking, you're talking more personal, what I did last night kind of thing, and how you feel. And my wife comes in a couple days a week, and we bank a lot of the shows. It's funny because we had other women come in when we were testing out like a co-host. They needed to for the sponsorships, what have you, and the audience didn't like when like the other women were teasing me or giving me a hard time. It didn't respond well, but for some reason they love when my wife was coming in and breaking my balls. They love that. It's weird.
Lucky you.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, great.
Let's bring this guy's
home.
wife in. She's gonna bust his balls forever now.
Right,
And the audience loves it.
Exactly. Fortunately, it's only a couple days a week. So there's the radio, Access Daily, and Access Hollywood, and then like I'll squeeze in other stuff. Like I just did a holiday movie. We were in Nashville for a few weeks.
You're perfect for those.
Great. Yeah, those
you
are,
crush those.
'cause I got kids now.
Easy
so it's
peasy
fun.
too, right?
It's
Light work,
fun.
Yeah.
We were in Nashville, which is a great city. That's a lot of fun.
Yeah, we
that
just got
city,
we were at the comedy festival there. It was awesome.
It was fun, man. Every bar, every floor and every bar has a band. They're all good.
It's crazy.
As you
right?
walk down Broadway, it's
Yeah.
like I love that song. That's my favorite
Yeah,
song.
exactly.
Yeah, that's very
We
cool.
had like the most Nashville interaction when we were there. We were at a bar one night, Wednesday night, we'll call it. And this woman comes up to us, and she was from Boston, and she was very Boston, where she's like, "Holy fuck, I fucking love Barstool!"
Oh, she was the best.
And we were like, "Oh, okay, like nice to see you." It's like, "This is fucking nuts." She goes, "I can't believe I'm seeing you guys right now. I just puked in the bathroom. Nashville's wild." like the whole run she went on was
It
the
was
most
great.
perfectly
That's
Nashville
awesome.
interaction.
I just threw up in the bathroom.
Nice.
Can I take a picture? I was like, I suppose. I was like, ugh.
So you
Yeah, it's
took
a
her
wild
home.
town.
No,
Speaking
it
of
was
wives,
great. That one's coming out in first week of December on Lifetime. That's called Stepping Into the Holiday, because there's a lot of dancing in it, and it's romantic and the whole thing. So so I'll do stuff like that, and we're developing this other animated project at the moment. I don't think I can talk about that yet, but there's a lot of the stuff I'll do outside of that. But that's stuff I do during the day.
So
for the
you
most
need
part.
to basically like fight Seacrest to the death. It's you two. It's the
funny.
two like hardest working men in Hollywood.
Yeah, no,
there can only be one, man.
I feel very blessed, man, to be as busy as I have, being a former child actor, right? 'Cause
Yeah.
it's
That
hard
is
to kind of make
crazy.
that
It is. I mean,
transition.
you're one of the probably the most successful like ever, to be honest. 'cause
thanks,
It's
man.
a hard transition to make, right? Like,
It's funny
a lot
that you
of people
mentioned
struggle.
Seacrest too, because we used to live in the same apartment complex
Oh wow.
for like a good 7 years.
Shit.
Yeah, when he
no
just moved
kidding.
from Georgia.
At what age is
At
this?
damn, what were we? We were in our 20s.
I mean, that makes
So
sense. I was
90s,
gonna say-
it was in the 90s.
No kidding.
So,
But
yeah,
so
it was
at that
in the
point,
90s, yeah.
he's you've already had like fame, and he's at that point he hasn't done.
I mean, I
American
just done,
Idol.
I was
He
doing a
doesn't-
Saturday morning show and Saved by the Bell, right?
Yeah.
But
Right.
he was a radio DJ as well, and it was a few years then he had just gotten American Idol after that. But yeah, we lived in the same complex.
Dude, is that how old American Idol is?
Dude, American Idol's been on like 20 years or something.
Really?
Crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably at
It's been
least, right?
crazy.
I mean,
Because it took a little break for a while, remember?
Yeah,
It took a little
yeah,
break,
yeah.
and then it came back on ABC. But I just thought it was funny you mentioned because we used to live in the same apartment complex.
Yeah, that's wild.
It's crazy thinking about like super famous people such as yourselves living in an apartment complex. Like it feels like fake. Like, it
yeah,
feels,
like you were taking like the garbage down to like the garbage room.
like I
what?
lived in an apartment
A lot of
complex.
people lived in that one too. It was called Park Point. It was in Burbank, and I remember. So Seacrest was there. Jennifer Love Hewitt was there. Days of Our Lives cast was
This
there.
is like a reality show. It's like a joke.
There was a lot of hot girls there. Check.
I bet.
It was like Melrose Place.
Yeah.
We were like and that was fun. I was single. That was fun. Terry was there. There was a bunch of people there at that particular.
What was
I don't know why.
Was it
I think
known as like if you're young?
So those are the
single?
first hype house.
Tatiana Ali, they're coming to me now from Fresh Prince. A
Jesus.
lot of people were there, and
Would
all
you
at the
guys
same
hang
time.
out, or is it
Yeah,
just-
we'd have like there was like a big common area, and everybody would kind of party around that common area. And the only reason I think a lot of people live there is because it was really geographically convenient to
Yeah.
the studios. Like it was right by Universal Studios, Warner Brothers, and
Sure,
it was just right by there, and it just so happened like those were good times.
Like, hey Jennifer, hey Tatiana, like maybe in the courtyard we're gonna have a bottle of wine. That's
I mean,
unreal.
you describe like a college dorm. It's like we're
was
really famous people.
That was my college experience.
Yeah,
University
that's
of Park
wild.
Point. It's called, yeah.
That I mean, that had to be a fun time. Yeah,
That was fun.
That's good.
That was
What's
fun, man? Pre-social media, what do you call it? Smartphones.
Bro, what do you think Saved by the Bell would have been like Saved by the Bell fame? I know it kind of happened a little bit after the fact, right? We've talked about that before, where in the first initial run it wasn't this phenomenon that it became. But if you were like doing the child actor thing with a popular show like that under the microscope of social media, I mean,
well, that wouldn't have been. That wouldn't have been
good.
I mean, I probably would have been a lot more savvy about it, so therefore careful about it. But just thank God it wasn't around.
It's so funny. Everybody from like the previous era says that, like, "Oh, I would be dead by now," or like they would have fired me, or whatever.
I wasn't acting a fool, like doing stupid shit, but I just would have. It would have got me in a lot of trouble, relationship wise.
Yeah, I mean,
let's just say from back in the day. But I feel like you got to have that sort of run, because then you appreciate where you're at now, and because after a while, because I started young, so that after a while it gets a little redundant, and it gets a little.
Putting aside like obviously your life now with your wife, kids. I mean, obviously that's like the best. What was like your favorite time period of life? Is it Saved by the Bell? Is it that time? Is it once you started doing this?
Probably mid 90, like 94 to 2004. That 10 year stretch.
That's a good run. That's a
great.
Also,
the run started before, but that was like we're talking like prime Tom Brady.
Also having a 10-year
rings.
10-year prime is fucking very nice, man.
Yeah, those 10 years.
I always said, like, to me, people say college is the best 4 years of your life, and I loved 22 to 26 way more than 18 to 22. I liked college; it was fine.
Yeah.
But afterwards, having a little bit of money, working, living in the city with who I wanted to live with, like no dorm rooms, real apartments,
right?
Kind of in a little bit more control of your life, but still young enough to be like an idiot and have no responsibilities and bills.
That's the sweet
that
part.
was the best for me,
right.
Yeah. And I mean, I'd imagine doing all of that with some fame under your belt and all that shit. It was probably fun. Collecting rings is an interesting way to put it.
I always reference this article that was in I think it was the Hollywood Reporter. I always forget, but it was basically how social media killed the party scene in LA. And I guess there was one woman who owned a bunch of bars, and it's kind of her talking about what the scene was like and how she's like, we'd have a line outside, and Justin Timberlake would go outside and just pick who he wanted to come in. There wasn't anything you could do. And she always described this one scene in one of her bars, and she might have made it up, I don't know. But she's like, one night we had Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis in a bench, in a booth, Jay-Z on stage, Beyonce and her girls dancing, Prince in the back with he was just drinking water or whatever, and it's this whole crazy scene. It's and just no one ever has a picture of it because it couldn't exist now because there would be nothing but no one would be enjoying it. It would be all cameras out.
Yeah. I remember many nights like that, and I'm like, damn, I wish I had. I remember it's funny you say that because I remember one night too. I did see Jay-Z right there, and I remember Ben Affleck, Vince Vaughn, DiCaprio. They were all at the same bar right off of Sunset. That one, right across the street from where the sushi spot is now. No, not Bar One. It was down. Gosh damn it. It's like an Asian restaurant right now. Fuck, I can't remember the name of it right now. But it was. I remember vividly all those faces.
Yeah.
And
that's a bomb squad right there.
Yeah, but randomly there were in little pockets throughout the club. But I'd walk around and I'd see all these faces, and it was and you'd see that often. But now. I don't think you'd ever see that because people are so afraid to.
I know.
You know what I mean? And not like they were doing anything wrong. Just hanging out.
I was going to say, it's not even about.
It's
we
not
deal
even
with
about,
it on a crazy small
Roxbury.
scale, obviously.
Well, what used to be across from Roxbury, that's what it was.
Roxbury?
The one, but it was across the street. That one. You know what I'm talking about. This fool talking about my god buddies right there. Fuck roll, we can't remember.
But you feel it just changes how your night's going because you just feel the camera on you.
Yeah.
Whether or not you're doing anything bad, it's just this is uncomfortable.
Sure, I mean, there were the people.
You feel it on you, and you feel it might be perceived different. there's a girl might be asking me, excuse me, you know what time it is? I lean in to hear her, and then all of a sudden, I'm
Picture
making out.
snap.
Or like, who's this girl he's flirting with?
Yeah.
So you know what I mean? You just
Absolutely.
got it. People don't care about the truth. They just
The
they'll worry about it
rumors
later.
and-
That's one going viral right now with Luka Doncic is at a bar. He's got a beer in his hand.
Yeah.
And it's like today, and it's people like someone put it out, and it's like midday. Luka drinking a beer,
Yeah.
and the Mavs had to put out a statement being like, "No, that was yesterday."
Yeah.
because he's
Exactly.
playing
You
tonight.
can
and
make
they're
it
trying to
look
make a big
however you
deal
want
out
to
of
make it look.
Right.
Was I mean, I'm sure there's tabloids always, right?
Yeah,
But
there was like those
did
magazines and stuff.
did it ramp up? Like, is the TMZ era, and because of the internet, like, I mean, it probably had to be like a photographer running around with a camera, or maybe a writer. But now it just feels like anybody can take a picture and submit it to Dumois and submit it to, you know.
And
it's
you know
like-
what's funny is like that's the one thing back in the day. There used to be a lot of paparazzi,
Right.
A lot of paparazzi running around because nobody had the smartphones, right? So you
Right.
just kind of, if you wanted to avoid that, going through the back or whatever.
Sure.
That was always cool, and I didn't care
Yeah.
because I'm not doing anything. So what does it matter? But now that's gone because everyone's sort of a paparazzi,
Right.
Because
It's like they
you're
have a
right.
street team doing it for you.
Right, or just people in there and they'll submit it, and then they'll
Ugh.
also everybody, is their own little sort of paparazzi free.
And you like to think there was at least some form of vetting or some form of editorial with the paparazzis. You're like, well, that doesn't really.
Yeah.
That does,
And
I mean,
maybe
I
a
guess
little-
maybe not. Maybe I'm completely
A little
wrong,
honor
but-
amongst thieves, maybe like
Yeah.
like we'll take your pictures, but we'll do it right if you give me a shot. You know?
Exactly. There was cool. There was a lot of that
Right.
going. And now there's certain parties they can go to, and I've been to a few. They make you hand in the phone, and they put it in like a
Yeah.
Zip it up,
like
whatever.
a zip kind of deal, and
Yeah.
secure thing. You get it, and some people still manage to kind of maybe get phones because there was a couple shots come out, but for the most part, that's how you don't wanna
It sounds
do
like a
that.
pretty good party there, Mario.
Well, I know that's just standard now. Like certain
Yeah.
places, they'll make you do stuff like
that
that.
is.
which
I bet the shows like that. I have not.
Party-
not been
I mean,
invited
but
to a
even,
party.
you know,
like
it's
that
like,
just yet.
how about you get to keep your phone and just don't be a dick?
Exactly.
Because I don't want to have to take your phone from you. Because I'm
Right.
sure you want to call your friend or your wife or
Sure.
text or
Yeah, I got
whatever.
kids. What if my kid needs me or I had
That's
an
what
emergency or something? Exactly
We
right.
went to the 9/11 at Madison Square Garden. They had this incredible comedy lineup for 9/11, the 20th anniversary, and Dave Chappelle was part of it. And Dave always makes people put their phones away, but Dave's usually on stage for like 1 hour. This was like a 4.5 hour show, and I hate to say it, but I was like, I don't think I can put my phone away for 4.5 hours. Like, work, kids,
Right.
and I probably could, and everything will be fine, but maybe not. And
Sure.
and it's just not the way the world works anymore. But how about I get to keep it, and I just promise not to put your shit on the internet.
Exactly.
But I know that there's plenty of people who you can't trust.
Yeah,
so
unfortunately,
it's just
yeah,
the world
you're right.
is a different place now,
It
man.
is a different place, man. You're right.
Do you who would you say is like the Saved by the Bell kids now? Is there a show or a crew that
Stranger
you think?
Things.
Stranger Things, maybe. Yeah. Is there
Yeah,
like a?
I mean, there's so much content now, and so like the thing about Saved by the Bell, it was a Saturday morning show, and that's the only time you could, because it was before the Disney Channel. So that's the only time you could see like young kids. So we were really the only ones kind of that era, right?
Yeah.
And then years later, the Disney Channel came, and now there's a bunch of content and YouTube and all the kids kind of out there. But I don't know. As far as I would say, Stranger Things.
I mean, it's like it's ridiculous because it's a completely different show.
Sure.
Right,
but
right.
they're also.
But as far as
like-
a young cast,
and it's a young
Yeah.
cat, and they're also like all crazy famous. They're like
Yeah.
all of them like individually
what-
famous.
they're all grown up now too. They're
I
all
know.
a lot older.
Dude,
Well,
they
that's
were, when
what's-
season 4 trailer came out, I was like, oh, they're 30
They're
now.
adults.
Okay.
Yeah.
11 is 18.
Yeah. But usually I feel what happens with a lot of those shows is they're cute when they're a kid, and then they get to that like puberty level or that teenage level, and a lot of people are like, oh, you're not cute anymore. You know what I mean? You guys were all like good, likable teenagers types. You know what I mean? There wasn't like, as you guys aged, I feel like people still just like enjoyed it. It wasn't it wasn't. You know, it wasn't like, oh, I only liked him when he was, in the first couple seasons. Now he's kind of whatever. You guys all, I don't know, you were all good looking, you were all likable, whatever it was. That cast just, it all worked.
And I'm surprised like it lasted or it was even on air so much because it was really for little kids, right? Because like I said, it was Saturday morning, so really little kids. So it was very vanilla and very silent.
Yeah.
And the guy who ran it, Peter Ingle, he was like a strong born again Christian. He had like no cussing signs on set.
Really?
No way, really?
Yeah.
But you dabbled with a little, like, there was some.
Oh, that was his rules. Those were I had to play along, but that's how we rolled.
Yeah.
That's why it was so.
like wholesome
Yeah,
and all
exactly,
that. Yeah. Well, that's what I remember when people found out. I don't know his real name. Who the actor played Mr. Belding.
Dennis Haskins.
When
Yeah.
there was some videos and pictures of him partying or cursing or whatever. Like he's just a regular adult male, and
Yeah,
you're
he
like,
liked
oh
to
my
party.
god, this guy gets down. You know?
Yeah, he was probably the biggest kid.
Yeah.
Oh, Dennis, he was cool. Yeah.
Well, I mean, you
The
turned it
juxtaposition
into.
with that too is because we interviewed Saget a few times, and he was always like, he's like, no, I wasn't as blue as people. Although like I do disagree with him on times.
He used to go.
Yeah,
pretty
He's
hard,
like, I wasn't
yeah.
as blue as they said I was. It's just with the juxtaposition of me being Danny Tanner versus a stand-up comic is a big difference. I think the same way, like I'm the principal versus I'm like a guy who likes to have some beers.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not a crazy party.
I
animal.
do
just
think
like
I
beer.
think he was
Right.
once on like Girls Gone Wild or something though. It was like
Belding was?
I think he did some crazy shit at some point. I maybe don't hold me to that, but I do remember being like or like almost like a celebrity boxing thing before
Dude,
we
he
did
might
it
have
or
hosted
whatever.
the Barstool party.
Yeah, I think he did.
Yes, I think
I
that's
think
what
he
it is.
did. I think
That
we
would shock
did.
me.
Yeah.
Screech, rest in peace,
Yeah.
rest in diamond. He did a celebrity boxing thing.
Yeah. I
He
mean,
fought somebody.
gotta capitalize as long as you can,
Yeah.
man.
What you gotta do.
Well, speaking of that, we have a 90s star capitalizing today, Carmen Electra with her OnlyFans.
Carmen joined OnlyFans.
Dude, Carmen got on OnlyFans today.
I pulled it up. I saw a post. You can subscribe for free, and then it said for $50 there you can see full frontal. And I clicked it. I spent the $50, and I
was it a
saw
good investment?
it was not. I saw a quick couple nipples through. She had like a
She's
robe on.
6, it was
There
wavy.
certainly is not full frontal as far as what I describe as full frontal,
False
and it was
advertising.
$50. And I'm sure there are a lot of other people who did the same thing I did. And I think
Wow.
she's going to make so much money. And if this is any indication, I don't think she's going to do much for it. And God bless him, man. I mean,
Wow.
the,
God,
the,
yeah,
the,
God bless her. Hey.
the 80s baby, 90s kid in me saw that and was like, holy shit. I was like, sign up. Let me, I was like, right away. I was already signed up. But I was like, sure, like, whatever. Let me check it out. But, I actually wonder, though, as much as I say that, do you see Bad Baby made $50 million, you know her?
Unbelievable. Again, going back to my Only in America kind of,
Right.
it's
But
amazing.
I wonder if she actually has a better, it's like we know Carmen, but the younger generation might not know or care, and maybe those are the people who are really going to spend the money on OnlyFans. And like if Bad Baby makes way more than Carmen Electra, I'll riot. You kids don't understand.
Bad Baby seems to be making a lot more than a lot of people, though.
Yeah.
If that figure is accurate.
50 million. Yeah, I mean, she put out screenshots.
More than
Who
Steph
knows?
Curry,
I was going to
think.
say some. Except for I think Aaron Rodgers, his new deal is like a little bit over 50 or something like that. But maybe not even. I think she
No,
makes
his
more.
like 51.
51. So it's like I think
51.3,
every other major league, every other professional league, there's nobody making as much money as she
Isn't that
made this
crazy?
year.
That's unbelievable.
From a single Dr. Drew appearance.
I know.
Yes.
Dude, I remember
Dr.
we
Phil.
And
Dr.
she-
Phil, I'm sorry, Dr. Phil.
And she doesn't get nude either. It's all like it's close to it, but it's not.
Just for being hood.
Yeah.
I know. You know
We
what?
interviewed
Ask me
Dr.
outside.
Phil.
How about that? That was it. That's all it took.
Good for fucking her.
Hey,
We
God
interviewed him
bless her.
shortly after that, and he was like, at that stage, he was like, "I'm sorry."
Yeah,
he's like,
yeah.
he's like, I should not have put that out into
Created
the world.
a monster.
And now it's like,
50 million.
no, that was just she was kind of famous.
Wasn't
She wasn't
like
rich.
nominated for like an AMA or like a music award or
she,
something?
I think she did put
think
out
I
like a
talked about
platinum
that in
record.
my radio
I
show,
think
I
it went
think.
platinum. I don't know if it was winning awards, but people, I don't know.
wild.
And
It's
I'm
wild.
sitting here, I'm like, not that what we do is like, we're not writing scripts or doing anything, heavy work-wise, but it is like, I'm trying, I'm grinding, and it's like, God damn it.
Yeah. No, hey.
I should just be go viral being an asshole and hope that maybe I'll get naked for you.
gonna be
I don't know,
shortly.
whatever, dude. You got a couple minutes to shoot a quick YouTube video next
Yeah,
door?
you
Okay,
got
cool. So Access Hollywood and Access Daily.
Yes, check it out. NBC.
On with Mario.
Every day.
Or is it
Mario.
Mario? Or is it?
And get ready. It's on with Mario.
I'll take either one. Just listen.
and be on the lookout for the holidays.
That's right. That's right. All right. Awesome.
Thank you.
Subscribe to KFC Radio on YouTube to get all the video content. Subscribe, comment, like, and make sure you turn on the bell notifications so you know whenever new video content drops.
I want to say something, but the video has to be faster. That's it.